Hello everyone. I have a bit of a problem right now. There's something wrong with my Steam. For some reason my Limbus... Oh, wait, what? What's wrong with my... Huh? Hold on, chat. There's a bit of a problem. Wait, let me try restarting my PC. Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. Finally, I'm back. I can play now. I had to restart my PC twice because for some reason the Steam isn't showing. I mean, my computer isn't reading my hard drive. How very tragic. It was a bit nerve-wracking. Ta-da! Oh, I'm downloading. Let me mute the game for a bit since it's copyrighted. Copy striked. What the hell? Why does it keep doing this? Okay, good. Let's back to 0. Face the fear, build the future. The golden dose. Abnormalities. Oh nice, we're here. Yay! Look at that! It's so cute, man. I love this art. It's really cute. Happy anniversary. I started playing Limbus last year on February 18th. What is happening to the soundtrack? My game's acting kinda weird. What's happening? What was happening? I have a Valorant ad. Okay, my game's not responding. What's happening? My game is dying. My game died. My game just died. Fix your game, Kim Jun. What the hell? My game got murdered. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yay! Look at that! It's so cute. Also, I have a Valorant ad. Why? Wait. You guys can see it. Look at them. Look at Otis. Look at Otis and Mersault. Ridiculous just... Karen with the candy! Part of Mersault. Rodion. Oh my god, Don Quixote. Don Quixote with the cake. Look at Gregor. Gregor looks so adorable. Party Gregor. Ideal Yisang. They look so cute. And look, Ryoshi's sword is different now. Yay! I got the 3-star guaranteed Deka extraction ticket. Oh my goodness. Nominable S1 identity ticket. Travis and a happy birthday, P-Man. Happy birthday, Limbus Company. I can see my inventory here now. That's new. You got Chef Ryoshu. Let's gamble. Let's get the 3-star identity ticket. Oh my god. What am I gonna get? Chat, who am I gonna get? Let's see. Oh, I got 2. Oh my god! I got I got Camille Mersault! Nice! Oh, and I got K-Corp Honglu. I still don't have Yusung. I can shard him though. Should I shard him? Chat, should I shard him? Or should I gamble? Do I shard or do I gamble? Let me do a poll. Yes. Oh, I never equipped this. Oh, I never equipped this. Contempt all. I have contempt all. I finally have this ID. Wait, I'm lagging. No! I got the Camille ID. Look at him. I think he's very useful for my Heishu team. Given that there's still no Heishu Mersault, I should apply him. Moment, please. A detailed answer to that question can be found on page 35 of Sync Association's official promotion booklet. Okay. Well, I can probably relay that information to you. Consider that you are making use of your own precious time to conduct this interview. It is recommended that you ask questions that cannot be answered by external means. Why won't you just give me a straight answer so I can move on to the next question? So thought the interviewer as she bit her tongue to hold back that very question. She smiled awkwardly, tightly gripping onto her poor microphone. Any local? Anyone who has even a passing interest in the Sync actually would tell her that that's just his style. The interviewer thought that she knew what to expect from interviewing someone like him, but nothing could prepare her for just how intense he was. I wish he was just playing things up for the show, but that's confidence in his eyes. He totally believes in everything he's saying. As she scribbled in her notepad, the interviewer began to rack her brain for what questions she could use to redirect this into a normal interview. By the way, have you guys read or even know the story of Mersault? You know, the book that is based on, the Stranger by, was it Albert? What's his name? The Stranger Albert Camus. I didn't really read the entire story, but I have heard a little bit of like a summary of it, but I don't know exactly. Apparently he's a very unemotional guy. Like, he just doesn't care or thinks that there's no point to anything, like at all. Correct me if I'm mistaken, however, but yeah, he has this he has this view of the world where nothing really matters. So apparently his mother died, and he doesn't really have much of a reaction to his mother's death. It was like, my mother might have died. You said something like that. Something like my mother died yesterday, or was it today? I don't know. Something he said something like that. And because of his indifference to his mother's death, I think he got into trouble. Saying that he's like a menace to society, and that he be executed. Yeah, that's basically what I heard about his story, and it's um it's an interesting story, and I heard that it's not that long, so you guys should try reading it if you guys want. If you guys are interested, maybe. I heard that you often broadcast or live stream yourself during work, Mersalt. Bro! Mersalt also live streams! Camille Mersalt also live streams? Hell yeah, man! Awesome! That is a true statement, yes. Right, and I've watched a few of the edits of your streams before. It would be preferable to watch the recording of my broadcasts instead of the edits. I have watched several stream compilations of my broadcasts and determined that the various visual effects and exaggerated edits make it difficult to observe the form and the movement, both of which are are of paramount importance. I see. This interviewer was infamous in the North for annoying her interviewees. In other slightly more crass words, she was a chatterbox. She knew her own reputation and was willing to run with it if it meant that she could get an even better interview out of her subjects, but this guy's way worse than I am. The conflicted writing in her notepad was starting to slant from the sheer pressure. Anyways, I wanted to ask what got you into the world of live streaming. That is a question that has been answered numerous times during my broadcast. Yes, however, this particular recording is for viewers who are not necessarily familiar with the scene or you. Result. I see. I did not think of that. My apologies. The child bowed politely, then began. It began with the need for anonymous critiques of my form. For reasons that I am unaware of, my colleagues within the association seemed unwilling to make honest criticism for me. The interviewer had a good idea why, but she did not show it. Instead, she grinned politely and held the microphone closer. As expected, critiques from anonymous sources have been very beneficial to the improvement of my skills. Incidental benefits of this practice were, this is quite a timely opportunity. The child stopped and looked to the side. Think at Association West Streamer Salt. Didn't expect to see you this far up north. Excuse me, what's going on? I mentioned in passing in one of my broadcasts that I am going on an expedition in the northern regions. Thereafter, I received several simultaneous challenges to a duel. I made an appointment with all of them, scheduled to occur at the same time for the sake of efficiency. However, it seems that I have underestimated the duration of this interview. Same here, didn't think it would go on for this long. It may be wise to stop recording for a moment. If you would like to analyze my form, then I refer you to my currently live broadcast. The following scene may be too violent for a majority of your viewers, as you have stated earlier. With that, the child unsheathed his sword and raised it vertically in front of his eyes. I believe that the Association has already authorized this activity. Yeah, this won't be a duel to the death. Let the one who allows the other's blade to touch their body first be the loser. Very wise. Well done. A moment of silence, then a gust of wind blasted the field. Then it was all over. The 5 challengers, who had been holding their swords just a moment ago, found their weapons clattering to the ground in the blink of an eye. Then blood, bright red, suddenly spurted from various parts of their bodies. The first challenger, the wrist. The second, the thigh. The third, the torso. He had struck each of them in their vitals, or, to be more precise, at spots that were approximately a centimeter away from being fatal. I knew that the Western Sea specialized in focused attacks against their opponent's weaknesses, but this is something else. It may be difficult for first-time viewers to follow my movement. Viewers who would prefer to review the video may rewatch this stream at a slower speed. You gambled, but sharing is better. It depends on how much funds you have. I have 10k. The child muttered on as he wiped the blood off his sword, but the interviewer was barely listening. Or perhaps she realized that there was no need for her to listen anymore. This interviewer had already gotten her time's worth by watching that impressive duel in person. It would make for a hell of an article. Yay! Alright, so let's do excavation. The dailies.
깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
센터의 준비요. That
죄인인가?
단순해서 좋군. 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
점 찍었네. 한 번에 우위를 점하셨군요. 이 기세라면 이번 тур에도 무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다, 아가씨.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이야. 일 처리 빠르게 하는 편이 너는 답답한 일이지.
엄마는 무기라면 뭐든 잘 다뤘어. 너희 중에 제일 뛰어난 게 검이었고.
승리로 이끌겠다.
퍼레이드와 피날레.
손신이다! 손신이다!
행진의 꽃. 이것이 서극의 피날레다.
만 피날리다.
위험한 순간도 넘어간 적이 많았지.
만들라고 했던 것이 저걸 사람 맛있는
방금의
거야.
움직임 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
이런 것 찐이야. 눈 감고
경외감 속에 숨어
Hell yeah. Bang!
시선을 눈
Cascading gaze of awe.
누가 누구에게 말을 거는 거지?
Underneath contempt.
고귀하게.
Are you into fixers? Ain't no way Ringsung's losing.
얼간이들이 흥겨워하는군. 대체로 저럴 때는 이유가 있는 법입니다. 이유를 잡아
나 선속을 벗어날 순 없.
Get scissored.
이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
Bang.
왕의 비호 하사한다.
꿰뚫려라.
그라제 그것은 그지하게 간다.
That's darn tooting.
완벽한 승리 축하드립니다, 아가씨.
That's darn
이 정도의
tooting.
성과라면 4대
I'm the real Limbus.
인정할 수밖에 없을 겁니다.
John
좋은
Limbus.
수업 덕분이지. 배운 게 많았어.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니 가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
Have I cleared this yet?
그게 우리가 이룰 수 있는 유일한 꿈이니까.
I haven't cleared this yet. What? I wanna try Fell Bullet, but maybe later. Once I can upgrade him to the max level, perhaps.
지령을 받았습니다.
재촉.
이번에도 지령의 뜻은 본인과 같군. 누가 화났을 땐 이렇게 숨소리도 내지 말고 숨어 있어야 해.
No, don't hold your breath.
지령에 따라. 우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공원에 같았어.
Yeah.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요.
흔들렸군.
매일 보아왔는데 지금은 피어나라 새로워요.
지령대로 움직일 뿐입니다.
예상한 것보다 움직임이
지령에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
재밌겠는데?
이거 금방 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
Break a slam.
직접 밝혀주마.
너무 과했는데.
맞아! 살살해! 그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 타이 속에서 뼈가 찰 거라고!
점부터 타지 않아도 느낄 수 있겠죠.
뭐야 이 수치는? 아까 어떤 직원이 제 앞에
Ah,
제
stupid
할머니
robots.
피해량이야. 잠깐, 진짜? 왜 부서팀장을 안 달아줬지? 예측할 수 없게.
Dulahan!
충정. 지령이
아.
뜨는 대로.
여기선 이런 공격이
대행 완료.
죽는 것도
Nice.
도록 달릴 시간이다. 목을 내놓고 있도록.
흔들렸군.
Bang!
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
죽는 것도 사는 것도 지령의 뜻. 두렵지 않습니다.
Yay!
아, 이럴 때 재료 손질을 해야 안 즐겨지는데.
지령에 따라 참격.
비명을 질러라.
운명적인 죽음.
It's dead.
우리를 아주
지금처럼
박살내버리시오.
엄마와
두렵지
함께
않습니다.
이곳저곳을
화끈한 맛이 아주
다니며
딱이야.
많은 기억을 쌓아줘.
쌓아줘.
언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈. 이제 다음 시련만 넘어서면
Yay!
본인 또한 감히 나를
Alright, let's end this Dupol.
그렇게 된다면 본인은 더 이상 죽을 일도 외로울 일도 없을 테.
70% says I should short it. Okay then. I'll do what you say, chat. I'll do whatever you say.
밤이 되었지만 퇴근할 수 없다네. 본인의 담당이자 친구인 마법소녀께서는 이제부터가 본격적인 정의 집행의 시작일 테니까 직원으로서 도와야지 않테는.
Which one is his song?
피곤하긴 하네만.
Alright, it's this one. Oh, we got a lot more than I.
선택하는
Hello, Hope's Reverse. Look what I got! Ain't that real nice?
밤이 되었지만
I only got 300 crates. I should save a little bit, maybe. Let's go. Oh, wait, actually, let me use the thing, this one. The takeoff. Yay! say Mopos is still the most broken ID, but Curious is the most broken skill. Yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. That's also what I think. Biosignal identified. Begin recording. You came to. Well, we're dense overgrowth by the general draw area. Haggard man. This one will do. Do not be not perplexed by the unfamiliarity of their surroundings. Muted response is much more favored over a trashing scream. Will you well embrace my entreaties? Oh. Excuse me. It seemed that a trashing scream was more appropriate. Your few screws loose upstairs or something? What's up with the sudden violence? Kicking down the chair, stomping on me. What's the point of... You have known such fickleness as this demonstration must have reminded you. It is simply what it is. These prescripts. Concepts that are hardly the sort that answers demands for understanding. Its truth even lies in the realm of fathomability. Oh. Right, I see what's going on here. So that was how I was supposed to resolve the gliding threads prescript. I always knew this day would come, but indeed, you remain remarkably composed in spite of the circumstances. Seen enough fellas around me who crowed while under the index protection, you know. I'd say I had a good run, comparatively speaking. Speaking of which, aren't you proselytes and proxies supposed to wear a white cloak? Were there exceptions to that dress code or something? As I am neither, exception is no apt explanation for my attire. Now let us proceed. So this is it for me, huh? Go on, do your job. I'm not gonna make this hard for you. Others try to make theirs last just a little bit longer, but they all met the same end anyway. It doesn't matter. Though the peace with which you face the imminent inevitability is indeed intriguing, and as much as I wish to engage in further dialogue, we are approaching the hour. So be it. It seems that I am not alone in finding your attitude intriguing. You have bought 15 more minutes, no, 23. Hermes has gauged that the worth of your existence is increasingly meaningful. Meaningful? How? To whom? Well, what else could it possibly be but the city itself? For every prescript is written by the will of the city. Okay. So it's given me some extra time, just enough to read another pulp magazine. I still don't see how that changes anything when I'm tied to a chair inside this basement dungeon. The city's flow works in mysterious ways. Its intent and will conveyed, yet veiled from us. So why not, instead of squandering this precious evanescence on such trivial contemplations, take a trip down memory lane with me? Is that what the prescript told you to do? In the absence of justification for secrecy, I shall reply indeed. My prescripts are swift, in both the intervals by which they are relayed, and by which they vacillate, such as dithering makes their execution a rather serpentine affair. That is why I maintain a collection of sundry people in this basement, that I might need to select one of them in particular attributes that the prescript demands I find. Indeed, even such preparedness seems to have been ordained by the will of the city, for the collection somehow consists only of those who have defied the prescripts of the city. What's your point? They're keeping this butt shop of people down here because the city asked you to? That it? That is what I believe to be true, yes. Lest I be cast as naught but an insane murderer, kidnapper. So there are children here. It cannot be helped, for the prescript is indiscriminate in its demands. How do little kids like them even end up snaring themselves in the index web? I hope my little girl get to live a life where she won't ever have to associate with the likes of you. You have a daughter? Yeah. Celebrated her 5th birthday just a few days ago. I understand now. Sounds like you've got one yourself. I did. She passed away, I assume. You assume correctly. She was torn limb to limb from her before my eyes. That's horrible. Just how? In truth, in the moment of witnessing her demise, no anger, no sadness swept me. Those tides await until every affair has been taken care of, until the eyes catch the glimpse of the empty bed and the untouched gift box whose ribbons are still tied like a butterfly. The tides await until the body lays itself upon the couch, the eyes blankly yet ceaselessly glued to an empty spot in the ceiling. Then it becomes... Just who could have possibly... Well, I suppose that's city for you. I suppose I'll die happy, man, knowing that, by my death, at least my family will be safe. Failing to protect those you were supposed to keep safe. That kind of loss rips out everything inside and leaves nothing behind. No, the husk. The empty husk that yet remains. It must have been a rainy season, a constant drizzle suffocating the air. A musty air, grey room. A bit large for one person. Are you reading that from somewhere? Pay it no mind. Now then, where had I let off my account? You don't remember? You're speaking of the emotions that followed your daughter's death. If you can lock people like this and carry out the prescripts without any hindrance, you've got to be one of the stronger fighters in the city. So, did you manage to avenge your daughter? No. I see. Well, I suppose it only makes sense that your enemies must have been equally formidable if they felt safe enough to go after your family. That is not the case. I simply abstained from delivering vengeance. What? So you held back on avenging your family? Out of some noble rationalization? The futility of revenge, huh? That's impressive in its own way, but still. There's no labyrinth of profundity in my words. I simply said I abstained from taking revenge. I was occupied by sundry labors to which her misguided me. In truth, revenge had no crevice in which to take root. As the prescripts came to me, as with a multitude of raindrops after the passing of my family, my becoming a star of the city was not my intention. It was, perhaps, a result of leaving the Southern's way half-crippled. Perhaps that drew too much attention. In truth, revenge only begets more revenge, which is why, there's something wrong with the way you're telling your story. You sound awkward, as though you're reading from a script. Are you just repeating whatever your prescript tells you to? Well, I'm afraid I do not see the necessity for an answer. You said earlier there was no need to hide anything, and now you're changing your tune just like that? Just the way your prescripts so often do, huh? Anyone who knows the joy of having a daughter, no parent could possibly speak or act as you do. Not after a loss like that. You lost your child, the apple of your eye, and you're laughing? That I once had a beloved wife and daughter is true. And though I lost the child, it is true that I have forgotten the child. Or perhaps I ought to phrase it in reverse. Sick bastard. It is still far from sufficient. I must recount the tale of my daughter for them. Just kill me and be done with it. Listening to this sick story of yours is driving me crazy with fear for my own daughter. Is your daughter possessed of abundant talent? Any father naturally might flatter himself that his child is gifted in all things. Yet I assure you, mine is unique. Tell me, you have heard of the time vault, have you not? Enough. In any age, The education of the child has been both burden and concern to the father. Thus we fathers have decided to not spare the whip of the good of our darling daughter. We drove a spiral stake into the body of her beloved puppy and promised it in despair should she complete her homework with flying colors. The puppy, of course, was placed safely within the time vault, where temporality is indefinitely deferred. The so-called shock therapy, as many termed a specific direction of pedagogy. Are you sure you're in your right mind? The hell do you mean fathers? Are you saying you're not the only one? My darling daughter, being the clever, bright child she is, returned after swiftly completing her homework. With nothing short of excellence, I am compelled to say the killing was faster, cleaner than any of us had expected. I am indeed proud of her. And so we opened the vault and returned the puppy, still impaled by the spiral that turned not once since the animal was placed in the safe, and from that, my daughter discovered a revelation that the time of one's life, too, may be deferred within the confines of the vault. She realized it could serve as a sanctuary she could use to hide from us whenever she so wished. The new daughter I have acquired recently is also rather talented, yet she has not the wondrous aptitude to perceive time, nor will she ever attain it. I cannot help but find myself wondering when my darling daughter will come home to me. Pray, have you naught to say? I am allotted 7 minutes of paternal pride to extol my darling daughter. An ideal dialogue requires parity. 5 to 5 is the ratio of the trading of words that is most desirable. Ideal dialogue! Thus you should speak. I hope you rot alive before you die, you psycho. The city has always been a vile place, but even that pales in comparison to scum like you. Just you wait. One day, some piece of trash just as sick and twisted as he is gonna come for you and leave his stinking corpse in the gutter somewhere. Damn. Then is then and now is now. There ought to have been some 3 minutes remaining. It seems Hermes have obtained the desired reaction sooner than expected. They produced such a length of a weapon, stabbing and killing the target before I could so much as swing it. I would have liked to hear more about your 5-year-old daughter. It did stir a tender string in my heart with the recollection of my past daughter. As laughter escaped betwixt my lips. All my life, I have lived believing myself to be someone who moves only as the waves carry him. And yet, perhaps I desire to provoke you thus, compel you into a raging fury and have you meet your demise within its roars. Yes, for all one knows, that could have been a yearning of my own, as the prescript would have been executed even without resorting to a means such as this. Time to welcome back Miss Don Quixote now, is it? Don Quixote! Then I must employ a gentler manner of speech. Let's see, my first words should be, has aught gone awry? You look as though you are sunken beneath a heavy gloom. Elimination of biosignal confirmed. Ending recording. Upload complete. What the hell is the prescript, man? The idea has a lot of lore for no reason. I wonder what would it be like for Ryoshu's capstone ID then. Alright, let us do the murder dungeon. Okay. There's still no hard mode. Someone told me there's hard mode already. Let's go, my blood fiends! My dearest blood fiends! Wait, there is hard mode. Blood fiends are your favorite team? Mine too. Let's put imploring.
어째서?
I love blood fiends, but I think I'm gonna try going for Jesus. They carried you through the whole story.
되었지만
Me too. Same for me. Let's go, my Heishu packs. So we'll go for poison rupture. So yeah, let's go for rupture. And then poise. Poise. Yay! Nice.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니.
필두 출진.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론
Let's go, hey show.
좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
불가 위약 막아내지 못하리.
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が。
개의치 않고 말씀을.
자, 어느 쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 기록적인 피해량인 것 같다.
예상 못했나봐.
놀랐어? 이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 멀겠지만.
No.
아무리 가르쳐줘도 매번 이상하게 줄여 말하더니 더 심해졌네.
It's gotten even worse.
흑승류, 빈박질춤, 숨통 끊기. 거쳐.
전투 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하겠다.
너무 과했는데.
그
맞아.
보통 아들을 쏘는
그러다 뼈라도 부러지면 할수 없어. 완전 현실거래로 어디 같았어.
의심, 암귀, 불안과 공포 그런 것들이
목을 콱
들끓을 때가
물어버리자.
가장 취약하죠. 알아듣겠습니까? 지금이
대무로
이 정도 탕류의
와.
허덕이나
저
이
해충들
거리면 충분해. 너한텐 멀겠지만.
사요.
만들라고 했던 것이 이라고 쳐줄 그만 마치
이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나
힘이 나긴 나빴어.
넌 푸름을 그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가
지금처럼
없진 않았군요.
엄마와 함께
딴데
이곳저곳을 다니며
적합한
많은 기억을
조치였습니다.
쌓아줘. 언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
You're watching Limbus content. We're supposed to be working. Ah, hell yeah. That's good. That's good. That's what we should do.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠.
No.
너희들 기운차 보인다.
찰떡 손패라도 해줬던 거야 피에로? 그거 먹으면 힘이 나니까.
불가 위
시비수에게 명한다.
마감하지 못해.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려주지 마라. 대무로 꿰뚫어라. 저 해충들을
이거는
보여내.
충분해. 너한테 알겠지만
네.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군.
단번에 우위를 점하셨군요.
이거는 충분해.
이 계산하면
너한테
이번 턴에도 무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다, 아가씨.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
불끈 지원해.
제압 자체에게 맞는 정상적인 공격이야. 잘했어. 키페리트. 당연한 걸 한 것 가지고 굳이 칭찬할 필요 없어.
빵.
방금의 움직임 두말할 것 없이
이제야
100점
회사가 정상으로
만점입니다, 아가씨.
돌아갔네. 이번 제압은 끝이야.
이런 것쯤이야.
너희들도
농담
고생 많았어. 티페리트, 너도. 언젠가 우리도 모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네. 그때가 되면 휴식을
내
기다리며
명을 들은
고향의
시비수
노래를 부르고 있겠지.
결집이다.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
흑수묘
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
실수일지 의도일지
저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지. 흑수묘 뒷박질 춤. 그림자 속으로
빵.
가는 차포잡이라 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋고 숨통 끊기. 거치 없다.
전투가
맞아. 살살해.
또
그러다 뼈라도
수 없는
부서지면 타이 속에서
말투만
뼈가 씹힐 거라고. 놀라긴 춤추셨네.
놀라.
이거리면 충분해. 너한텐 지금 알겠지만.
예이.
이만
단번에 우위를 점하셨군요.
빨리 좀 하지
이
그러니까.
기세라면 이번 턴에도 무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다,
잘
아가씨.
생각해보라고.
넌 푸름을
하나만
틔울
말해봐.
수도 없.
지금처럼 엄마와 함께 이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가
유사뉴.
그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
그때에서 내려 전장으로.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해.
저 해충들을
이거는
구해내.
충분해. 너한테 조금 멀겠지만.
No.
예상한 것보다 아무리 가르쳐줘도 매번 이상하게 크게 말하다니 깨치시겠.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 이거는 충분해. 너한테 조금 멀겠지만.
그쪽 편은 아닐 텐데.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね。
숨통 끊기.
That's a shame.
뭐 개의치 않고 말씀.
싸울 생각도 없는 놈한테 그대는 재미가 없는.
일인 게 하기는 하겠다마는
목을 콱 물어버리자.
12분 분명한다. 이야,
깨치시겠.
불쌍하게 울고 싶어.
그래. 그렇게 시원하게
아직 죽지
처리하니
마라.
그런 맛이 나.
고작 이 정도면 넌
우리
그놈을
처리는
튀울 수도
빠르게 하는
없겠구나.
판이
지금처럼
덜
엄마와
답답한
함께
법이지.
이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를
Yay!
데려갈 수 있게.
Nice. House kitchen.
뱃대에서 내려. 전장으로.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
헤어내리.
제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 프레밍인 것
고작
같아.
이 정도 탕류에 허들다. 넌 푸름을 튀울 수도 없겠구나.
실수일지 의도일지 저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 지워버리자.
그쪽 방향이 아닐 텐데.
No.
한 번에 의의를 점하셨군요. 이 기술하면 이번 대회에서 무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다.
예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋군. 아직 죽지 마라.
개의치 않고 말씀을.
주군께서 찾아오시는 건 아니, 말씀하십시오.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만. 테크사이즈. 나가기 전에 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공원에 같았어.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없지.
거쳐
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하군. 이제 그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만
시비수에게
고친다.
명하라.
4번 수감자.
불쌍하게 울부짖.
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때부터 정말 강해지셨어.
그렇게 시원하고 처리하니 보는 맛이
감회가 새로워요.
넌 흉을 틔울 수 없겠다.
반드지.
최근은 좋았어요.
이제야 회사가 정상으로
Tiperes.
돌아갔네. 이번 제압은 끝이야. 너희들도 고생 많았어.
Yeah, I've finally seen Tiperes from the lobotomy corporation.
모든 게 끝날 때가 오면
The game.
그때가 되면 휴식을
Very
기다리며 고향의 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
She wanted to fire and attack for being a lazy bum.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
You have yet to play it?
헤어내리.
You see.
아, 놀랐네.
불쌍하게 울부짖는군.
만 찰 줄 알았으면 빨리 좀
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭한.
최근은 좋았어요.
단번에 우위를 점하셨군요.
도통
이 기세라면
알아들을 수 없는
이번 대회도
말투만
무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다.
좋겠어.
아가씨.
다들
4번
첫 여정을
수감자.
시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아왔는데도 지금은 감회가 새로워요.
자,
시비수에게
좀 잘 생각해보라고.
거치 없군.
이제 깨우치시게.
Hello, Pokix.
끝내지.
Doing fine. I have an interview
완벽한 승리
tomorrow and on
축하드립니다,
Monday.
아가씨. 이 정도의 성과라면
I don't,
4대
I'm
가문의
not sure if it
자제들도
goes well, but
인정할
I hope
수밖에
it
없을
will.
겁니다.
좋은 수업 덕분이지. 배운 게 많았어.
A teddy bear. Voodoo doll. Yeah, good luck to me. I'm a bit nervous, but whatevs.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래.
Papa Bongi.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지. 전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하고 이제 그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어. 4번 수감자.
흑승
시비스
뒷박지파 거쳐
이야기 천자
죽어라.
누구 하나 살려보지 마라.
틈새 바로
아! 아이, 놀랐네. 안 됐다. 고작 이 정도 넌
별을
좀 하지.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는
제압
맛이
효과가
나고
굉장히 좋았어.
그쪽 방향이
기록적인 피해량인 것 같다.
방금의 움직임은 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
Choice dead.
완전히 부조각났네. 이제 제대로 움직이진 못할 거야. 우리도 부조각이지만
잘 움직이지 않아?
언젠가. 맞아, 그렇네. 그 중에서 가장 우리는 트리 케이스라고 해두자. 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
No, didn't get an ego gift. Rusty commemorative coin. I kinda want that. Should I get that? Yeah, I really want it. Alright, actually, let's get it. No freaking way, what?
이딴 일에 흑수의 시간을 허비했나? 심심풀이는 되는군.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가
It's OP from Lu.
단순해서
What's this thing again?
9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
흑수묘 뒷박지춤. 옳다.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아닙니다, 단테. 이런 부수적인 효과를 기대했었죠.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
불쌍하게 울고지.
내무로 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나 저 해충들을
이것도
보여내.
충분해. 너한테 세상적인 공격은 멀겠지.
What's that already?
키페리트.
너만 짓노른 것
당연한
같은
거란
게.
것 가지고 굳이 칭찬할 필요 없어.
가자. 고생들이었다. 내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
결집이다.
단순해서 좋건 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
흑수묘.
Let's go, my Heishu backs.
교육의 성과가 있는 것 같은데?
그들이 아가씨께 좋은 스승이 되어준 것 같아 다행입니다.
자,
시비수에게
쪽일지 잘 생각해보라고.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
이제 깨우치시게.
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。
대무로 꿰뚫어라.
잘
저
살렸다.
해충들을
이거는 충분해. 너한테는 절대는 알겠지만.
Nice.
한 번에 우위를 점하실 겁니다. 이 기세라면 이번들은 또 고라니 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다. 아가씨.
너무 과했는데.
맞아. 살살해. 그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 파이 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
끝내지. 가치 없고 죽어.
이건 예상 못했나봐.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만. 엄마는 무기라면 뭐든 잘 다뤘어. 그중 제일 뛰어난 게 검이었고.
흑수묘. 뒷박질 중.
지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공원에
무상한 목숨. 불끈을 지원했군.
아, 여기선 이런 공격이 잘 먹히는군요.
이 거리면 충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
다들
Yay.
첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요.
시간 끌 것 없이
매일 보아하는데도
모조리 치워버리죠.
감회가 새로워요.
끝내지.
이제 깨우치시게.
그래, 그렇게
지금처럼
시원하게 처리하니
엄마와 함께
보는
이곳저곳을
맛이
다니며
나는군.
많은
일
기억을
처리는
쌓아줘.
빠르게 하는 편이
Yung
더
sayo.
답답한 법이지.
그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
What the hell? ID skill search? What is this? Working away for free?
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
헤어내리.
목을 떨궈주마.
What?
무상한 목숨. 불끈을 지원할 뿐.
병력을 새로이 구성해야 하나.
불가피하다면 실책을 세우는 것이 자선이다.
헤어내리. 시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 대무로 꿰뚫어라.
나한테
저
사망했어?
해충들을
이거 다
보려내.
충분해. 너한텐 조금 멀겠지만.
사요. 짐승.
살코기 바를 땐 칼을, 뼈를 자를 땐 톱이지.
동감이야, 피에르.
놀랐어?
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아,
시간 끌 것 없이
실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상 낙장 불입이랍니다.
지금처럼 엄마와 함께 이곳저곳을 다니며 많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
No. Back search. Nice. Win the battle.
필두 출진.
필도 출치.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자.
Oh my
물론
goodness.
좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
흑수미 뜀박질 춤.
고작 이 정도 탕류에 허락다.
실수 있지, 의도 있지.
저희를 헤아릴 수 없다면 그 용도를 고민하는 것이 상책이지.
헤어내리.
명에 따라 홍원을 지켜.
롤.
직원들 표정이 좋지 않네. 무슨 일 있었어, 티페리트? 난들 알겠어. 직원들 분위기가 안 좋은 건 뭐 너무 흔한 일이잖아.
자,
그것도
어느 쪽이
이 정도 탕류의 허락이나
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하긴 하군. 이제 그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말투만 고치면 딱 좋겠어. 4번 수감자.
흑수묘
12세기
춤.
명한다. 이 앞에 숨
불쌍하게 울부짖는군.
누구 하나 살려보내지 마라. 대무로 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이 저 해충들을
이걸 충분히 너한테
100점 만점입니다.
알겠지? 이런 것쯤이야.
예.
무덤보도해.
첫 여정을 시작했을
노는 것
때보다
같은 게
정말 강해지셨네요.
싸게 치어불고 들어가지.
매일 보아왔는데도
고생들이었다.
지금은 감회가 새로워요.
나이스.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니
나이스.
내 명을 들은 12수 결집이다.
단순해서 좋군. 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
시간 끌 것 없이
12수에게 명한다.
모조리 채워버리자.
무기
대무로
잘못 들고 오신 것 같습니다.
저
괜찮아요.
해충들을
이걸 위한 건 너한테 날짜가 그랬거든.
사요.
이런 감수는 생각하지 않을 것 같은데. 아니야, 티페리트. 생각해봐. 어쩌면 은근히
내가
예상한 부분을 건드렸을지도 몰라.
What in tarnation are y'all doing?
어떻게 대관원을 소중해 왔는지.
맛이 질겨지겠어.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 알겠지만.
다트님, 저분이 방금 굉장히 중요한 걸 잃으셨어요.
대관원에 내가 모르는 수가 남아
Well,
있었다. 긴장을 늦출 수가 없네.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 지워버리죠. 차포잡이라 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나. 지금은 좋았어.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。튼튼투성이네.
nice.
제압 효과가
Oh
굉장히
no,
좋았어.
not nice.
기록적인 피해량인 것 같다.
깔끔하게
너무 과했는데.
Nice.
맞아. 살살해. 그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 파이 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
때로는
제가를
문제를
처음 쥔
해결해주기도
형
한다.
누나들이랑 비슷한 느낌이네요. 아, 그러니까 어디가 비슷하냐면 힘을 얻은 분들 특유의 분위기가 똑 닮았답니다.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
방금의 움직임 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
이런 것쯤이야. 눈 감고도.
놀랐네.
지금은 좋았어요.
놀만치 노른 것 같은 게
Yay!
세상에 치어불고 들어가자. 고생들이었다.
Yay! Brittle. Eternal sweeping.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니.
이 경로는 숨어들기 나쁘지 않군 거래. 단순해서 좋건 9번
Oh my goodness.
물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠.
단번에 우위를 점하셨군요. 이 계산하면 이번 대련도 무난히 승리하실 수 있을
네.
겁니다, 아가씨.
놀랐네.
이만 찰줄 알았으면
Hey,
빨리
what
좀
is
하지.
this?
야,
시간 끌 것 없이
시비수에게 명한다.
모조리
이 앞에
치워버리죠.
숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Damn.
뱀으로 꿰뚫어라. 저 해충들을
이거리는
구해내.
충분해. 너한텐 멀겠지만.
사요.
잘 썰렸다.
깔끔한
몸으로
절단
보여주지. 어떻게
너무
대관할 수
과했는데.
있는지.
맞아. 살살해. 그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 파이 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
흑수묘 뒷박질 춤.
What happened to my hard drive? I don't know, my PC wasn't reading it and my games were all in that hard drive. That's why I kind of delayed my stream earlier.
숨통 끊기.
It was very concerning. I thought my PC is finally dying. I can't, if it ever dies, I don't have a way to get a replacement yet because I don't have work.
너한텐 멀겠지만.
Very tragic.
우와, 지금 완전 상품들이랑 공모대 같았어.
지원해.
방금의 움직임 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
이런 거 참아. 눈 감고도 해.
아직 죽지 마라.
목을 떨궈주마. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
끝내지.
갑자기 나를 도와준다는 목을 콱 물어버리자. 수작질이지?
수상쩍은 데가 없진 않으나 특별히 이상한 점은 없군요.
바로 이제 깨치시게.
제압 효과가 굉장히
예.
좋았어. 엄마와 함께
기록적인
이곳저곳을
피해량인 것
다니며
같다.
많은 기억을 쌓아줘. 언젠가 그 중에서 가장 멋진 곳에 나를 데려갈 수 있게.
준비한 대로만 하면.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
흑수묘 뒷박질 춤. 원치 않게 받은 선물도 도움이 될 때가 있지. 엄마와 같은 색으로 갈아 띄웠지. 흑수묘 뒷박질 춤.
몰랐어?
너무 과했는데.
맞아. 이거리는 충분해. 너한테 그러다 뼈라도 멀겠지만 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
다들 첫 여정을 시작할 때보다 정말 강해지셨네요. 매일 보아하는데도 지금 감회가 새로워요. 해안해리.
숨통 끊기.
I have hard disk Sentinel, and it says that my hard drive is like 99% healthy though.
4번 수감자.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました
내무롭게 거저 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나 저 해충들
이거를 외치는 너한텐 알겠지만 제압 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 이제야 회사가 정상으로 돌아갔네. 이번 제압은 끝이야. 너희들도 고생 많았어. 티페리트, 너도.
티페리트.
언젠가 우리도 모든 게 끝날 때가 오면 좋겠네. 그때가 되면 휴식을 기다리며 고향의 노래를 부르고 있겠지.
준비한 대로만 하면
단순해서 좋건 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
불가 위협
지비수에게 명
막아내지 못할
이야기.
너무 과했는데.
맞아! 살살해. 이거 뼈라도 죽으면 살 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고. 뭐야? 한 상체라도 풀려났어? 갑자기 제압 기체가 더 강해졌잖아. 당장 우리한텐 그런 정보가 없어. 다른 세피라들에게도 물어볼게.
해안해리.
이제 깨우치시게
그림자 속으로 가라앉게. 차포잡이라. 예상한 것보다 움직임이 더 좋구나.
내무롭게 저 해충들을
이거를
보여내.
너한텐 알겠지만
사유 놈이 숨을 틔울 수도 없게 끝까지.
만치 할줄 알았으면 빨리 좀 하지. 야.
이제 깨우치시게
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만한 불길이군. 그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하고
수도 없게
보는 맛이 나는군. 우리 처리 빠르게 하는 편.
The sweepers! Oh, there's more. Let's go, wave 2.
저희에게도 이런 힘을 베풀어 주시다니 마음씨가 넓은 분이실까요? 아, 실수로 주셨더라도 상관없어요. 한 번 베푼 이상
흑순
낙장불입니다.
춤
다들 첫 여정을 시작했을 때보다 한 번의 의미를 정하셨군요. 이 기술하면 이번 드론도 무난 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다.
무상의 목숨
알아들을 수 없는 말투만 딱겠어. 4번 수감자. 깔끔하게 물었군.
このまま行けば敵を食い止められます。 제약 효과가 굉장히 좋았어. 기록적인 피해량인 것 같아.
토끼를 보자. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 요요. 길을 열어.
보면 뭘 써야 하는지 딱 느낌이 오잖아요. 예?
There's more.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠.
숨통 끊기. 가시죠.
깨우치시게.
고작 이 정도 타이밍 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
옛날에 외부 강사로 뛰던 것이 생각나네.
개의치 않고 말씀을.
한 놈만 잡아주자. 일대를 다 들어보는
흑순 뒷박질 중.
This looks so chaotic. Yeah, this.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공허대 같았어.
숨통 끊기.
방금의 움직임 두말할 것 없이 100점 만점입니다, 아가씨.
죽지 마라.
이런 걸 찐이야. 눈 감고도 해.
이제 깨우치시게.
놀만치
Yay! Survived!
놀고 들어가자. 고생들였다.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼구나. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍호는 그제야 알게 되겠지. 이 홍로가
Woo.
무엇을 바꿨지.
Yay!
밤이 되었지만
What's the hot dog goal? I don't know. Don't mind it. Just put hot dog where random. If I hit the goal, I might eat the hot dog. If I hit the goal, I might eat the hot dog. Might. Actually, I don't know what goals to put, but well, I heard that it's a good idea to set goals every stream, so I'll try that. I'll try that. I'll try their advice. Starlight retention units. I should level him up. I should level him up, really. Well, Let's get some Inkipalin. Buy some module using lunacy. And Inkipalin. Hell yeah. Couldn't hurt. Yep. I should farm, man. I should farm for, like, I need him to level up. Riensang. I'm going to use him the next, in my next dungeon run. Because he's really good. He's a really good idea. Na 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 the middle styled augmentation. Who's
밤이 되었지만 퇴근할 수 없다네.
Oh wow, thanks for the Yay! Thanks for the super chat hopes reverse. I appreciate it.
Hot dog emoji.
Hot dog emoji. Want me to buy a hot dog? Sure. A hot dog here costs around $5, which is exactly the price you gave. Thank you, Hope. Thank you. I'm gonna uptie some IDs. I'm going to uptie Ujat maybe. I think Ujat might be good to uptie. I think she is like, yeah, she's also sinking. Okay, I'm gonna order it right now. Can I get a hot dog? Nah. Yes, for $5. It's cheap in here. So it's enough. Enough. I'll show you guys the hot dog. So, like, should also do excavations and threads. Oh yeah, my railways best score is just around, I forgot. Oh, 83. Wait, why rank number 1? What? Oh wait, no, it's America. I only did this once. Yay! You think yours was 88? Oh. I'm higher than yours. Mine's higher than you. Alright, I'm going to... Okay, I decided I'm gonna up-dye her. Still have a lot of up-dyes anyway. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm also getting this, the take-off module. Hey, what's this? What? They have dark mode? Oh my god! This is so weird! You just press win rate the whole time? This is odd. Oh my god, there's dark mode now. Look at that! I didn't even notice until now. That's awesome, man. Alright, let's up-tie my Ujat. Ujat! Dark mode is cool. Is Ujat good? Actually, I don't even know if Ujat is good, and didn't do some research. I don't understand. Stored in this armory are the very same gear my team and I have been using until just a few days ago. I remember receiving a report that there were abnormalities and distortions that we were to exercise martial force to suppress. Upon hearing that, I came in here and packed a few ammo cans full of anti-abnormality special rounds for the mission. I remember it as clearly as if it happened yesterday. So how come they're also faulty now? Sonar interference module. It's got a snap actuator cable. Impact distributive attenuation unit. It's not even here. Default cognition filter. Settings are all jacked up too. These were all functions that, while I never used that frequently, were consequential enough that I was pushed to use them all at least while on an operation. Something about this smelled funny. It was too precise and intentional to be disregarded as a mere coincidence, almost as if someone who possessed a comprehensive technical and tactical knowledge of each gear sabotaged them. What the hell is this? Ma'am? Couldn't you have known? I don't suppose there was any reason for you to knock. No, ma'am. I did not knock, on account of this being an armory. So, what is your business? A document for you, ma'am. It is a business letter. Latest release of Dimensional Container Issuance Logistics Notice, ma'am. Latest release Dimensional Container? Must be referring to the wallet model I saw in the pamphlet some time ago. I do wonder if it really is necessary to replace that gear again, especially when the last renewal was but a month ago. But why not, I suppose. This company is disgustingly rich. I have no idea how they do it, but they keep picking up these partnerships with corporations and workshops, even snagging the rights to internally distribute their yet-to-be-announced products as a test run. When I see them eagerly issuing us gears loaded in Singularity tech, which must have cost them a fortune in patent fees, it almost makes me wonder if they never even considered the idea of budgeting. Even the gears in this armory are all high quality. No, they're not just high quality. They're extravagantly top-notch. Very well, leave it on my desk and... Hold on. Do you know who was responsible for running the last year inspection of this armory? Technicians sent directly by the higher-ups in the LCA, ma'am. They came in a few days ago to test their functionalities. From the HQ? Yes, ma'am. By any chance, would you like us to run an inspection of our own? No, don't worry about it. They already ran an inspection just a few days ago anyway. No need to concern yourselves with doing it again. Anyway, how's the situation down at the research facility? According to the transmission from the before team, it seems to me they're having a hard time getting a clear picture of what's happening within the facility. Regardless, the word is that the Recon team of the Special Operations Unit might be getting deployed soon. The Special Operations Unit? Are the portals working again? No, ma'am. Strange. The HQ's response is too tepid, considering it's the research facility of the DLCE under attack. Even stranger still, Wayfarer Corp, responsible for the development and service of the backdoor portal stabilization technology for the HQ, hasn't reacted in any meaningful way to this rather serious breach of security. Perhaps they've already talked this out with the higher-ups, but either way, this isn't something a mere team leader like myself should rack their head over. Would you like us to go on standby for deployment just in case? Huh, say it like you mean it next time. Just take it easy for now. Yes, ma'am. I should inspect the rest of the gear in here. That's everything. So they should employees left these gears in such states of despair, huh? They left these too neatly organized afterward to chalk it up to mere negligence. What could this shady company possibly be planning now? After the smoke war came to a close, I wondered for a while, unable to find a place to settle, until one day I was scouted by a rather peculiar Grade 1 fixer office, which has mysteriously maintained its grade, despite its rather middling fame and performance, by a mutual acquaintance connection. The terms of the contract, which were delivered to me with a heads up, that we would later be a part of a corporation named Limbus Company. Limbus Company! Were almost unbelievably lucrative. Although the role I was taking was that of a simple team leader at a company I'd only just heard of. I was offered with an eye-watering salary. Those under my command were nothing less than what one would call elite operatives. Despite those incredible perks, there were moments when I could not help but feel a sudden chill running down my spine as I carried out a mission sent to us from the higher-ups. Our next mission, seems to me, will be sent to obliterate a finger subsidiary known as the House of Spiders. Yes, now is one such moment. And there's this sudden chill again, that I might be getting swept up in a current much greater than myself. In the zone we're handling. Looks like we're responsible for dealing with the proxy of the Index, who was once a star of the city all on his own. We're going to need a new strategy. Ujatalta, cover the gap on our left. I'll take the right. We lost the target. Man, how do you think the proselytes found out about this place? With the prescripts. What else could it possibly be? Among the Index members who cashed the fight, the ones who wearing long capes went after the so-called Index nurse father without engaging us. That nurse father had a rather nasty, almost fatal wound. But assuming that the Index members who went after the nurse father would provide appropriate medical assistance, survival was still a possibility. We suffered some heavy losses, but this is a rather acceptable outcome. Numerous rarely used functions and additional workshop gear you brought to the mission really came in through the clutch in this operation, ma'am. I thought preparing as wide a range of options as possible seemed to be the most apt countermeasure against an enemy that is difficult to predict, that is all. As for deceased, collect their gear, and either incinerate or crush their faces. Well then, time for the report. Come in. This is LCA Boncard King Ujat. Position secured. Over. I sense it all in that slight exhale coming through the radio. The surprise, followed by marvel, and through it all, an undercurrent of annoyance. The listeners impressed with an unexpected success, but annoyed by the fact that the said success undermined the real intent behind the mission. Is that so? That might as well have been confirmation of my suspicions. Now I know sabotage our gears in the armory. Any internal documents and bodies found on site will be collected by the after team. As for the hunt over relics, the LCA R&D team, we will be giving the relic handling task to a different party. Is this guy? I remember that Foss was asking the Foss Discord Gesell shop who in Limbus company was compromising them, and it was, I forgot the name. You know, the time when Foss got bullied. Stupid Foss. Oh, poor Foss, man. You're not stupid. Understood. Do you have any further questions? Negative. Listen, team leader. Please keep the good work. Please keep up the good work. Exactly as you're doing now. There are many questions to be explored upon my return, but at this moment, I'd only one answer to mutter back into the radio. Understood. Interesting. That was the Ujat. I remember in Canto 9, the Ujat were there in the during the when we tried to rescue Limbus company. When they tried to rescue us, rather. Oh, that was cool. Hello, Verified Chill. Verified Chill. How are you doing? Look at this. We have dark mode. We have dark mode, Limbus company UI. Isn't that cool? I'm doing very good. How about you? I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. My head's aching, but that's all. The new UI is good. It's dark mode. What do you think of dark mode? Dark mode. Isn't that cool?
문을 열 수.
나를 불렀나?
소재가 준비됐어?
오케이.
네.
의뢰가 들어왔나요?
오케이. 이럴 것 같아서 대기 타고 있었지.
네.
의뢰가 말뚝을 쑤셔 불로 정화하고
Let's ice train.
세우라.
Ah. What the hell? My butt hurts.
위에서 당신을 관리자로 정한 데에는 합당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다.
Now you can turn your brightness up. Hell yeah. Let us wear the coagulated.
행진했고
Bang.
이것이 성공의 피날레다.
Finaleda.
왕의 비호를 단순해서 좋군. 9번 수감자.
Which Limbus company sinner do you guys find hot?
달고자.
Or would you guys date, rather? Would you guys, which Limbus company, character is your type? Mine is Gregor. I like Gregor. Although I'm not sure about dating him because he might accidentally kill me with his cockroach arm, and also I don't like cockroaches. Just his vibes and his appearance is kind of my type. As for the women, since I like both men and women, I like Rodion. Yeah, maybe Rodion and perhaps.
너희들 기운 차 보인다.
I mean,
찰떡 손패라도 해줬던 거에 비해
Don Quixote.
그거 먹으면
Actually, I'm not so sure about Don Quixote. Actually, yeah, Don Quixote. I would wait, but Don Quixote is more like a bro, like a good friend, someone to hang out with.
인간 스며들는군.
합격장.
단번에 운율을 담았었군요. 이 기술하면 이번 대련도 무난히 승리하실 수 있을 겁니다. 아가씨.
영혼이 잠들어.
제대로 무너져.
추잡하네.
Which sinner is the best HB?
잘 썰렸다.
깔끔한 절단력인걸?
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
Yeah, I just said it. What about you? What about you guys? Which sinner would be the best for you?
퍼레이드와 피날레.
제압 대체에게는 정상적인 공격이야. 잘했어. 캐릭터. 당연한 걸 한 것까지.
Don Quixote or Honglu? Yeah, Honglu's quite chill. I like him. Smoke weed with him. Probably Honglu. What Gregor though? Gregor's nice.
너무 과했는데.
He would hang out and smoke with you.
그러다 뼈라도 부서지면 파이 속에서 뼈.
I don't smoke though.
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌.
나선 속을 벗어날
수
벗어날 수 있다고 생각하.
꿰뚫려라.
You know, I don't really like guys who smoke a lot and drink a lot because it reminds me of my dad back then. My dad beat me up back then. My father likes to beat me up back then. He would be drunk in the morning, like early in the morning while I'm getting ready for school. He would suddenly beat me up and throw stuff at me.
오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니
Very cool recollection of my past.
그게 우리가 이룰 수 있는
Also get some threads.
고작 이 정도로 만족하려고 페른의 죄까지 찾은 게 아니야.
에이, 재미없다. 치사하게 도망이나 치고. 엄마 오기 전에 집에 가려고 했는데 괜히 늦었잖아.
It would make the vibes too sad of talking about the smoke wars. Maybe if he's drunk. Do you think he's a drunk? He's a sad drunk. So there are apparently different kinds of drunk people. There are sad drunk people. There are happy drunks, and there are I guess angry drunks. I think of myself, for me, I've been drunk before, and when I'm drunk, I yap a lot, and I'm not sure, I might become emotional. Actually, I do yap a lot if I'm drunk. I did stream while drunk before, a few times before, which is fun. My hot dog is coming. Oh my god, chat. Can you believe it? A real hot dog? Hell yeah. So I used to eat a lot of hot dogs when I was a kid. So there's this place. Back then in our neighborhood, there's a place that sells burgers, for buy one take one burgers. And they also have hot dogs, and the hot dog is like a foot long. It's called a foot long, so it's 1 foot long hot dog, 12-inch hot dog. Isn't that nice? I tried swallowing the whole I tried swallowing the whole 12 inches whole, but I couldn't do it. It was hard to swallow. I did swallow like half of it though, just for fun when I was young, just to see how much I can swallow. So just some silly stuff I did as a child. The glizzy gobbler. You're a happy one. I only drink once a year on your birthday. I used to also drink with my dad. My dad drinks every weekend, and I don't know. Perhaps I want to have a sort of bond with my father, so I join him sometimes in his drinking sessions. Though he drinks a lot, he's a very heavy drinker, and it's quite shocking that I didn't. I'm not as much of a heavy drinker as he is. And I couldn't handle much of my liquor like my dad. But then I kind of stopped. I don't really want to get to keep drinking every weekend. It's a bit much to me. But well, that's to each their own, I guess. I probably drink maybe once a month, or maybe during occasions, like you said, during birthdays, during holidays. I don't know. I'm actually thinking of drinking one time. because I want to, but decided against it because alcohol is a bit expensive now. Wait, my hot dog is here. Hold on, chat. Oh no, my fan is broken. No, my blue fan. Look at the blade of my fan. It broken. It is broken. What the hell? Wait. Let me try fixing my fan. Let me try fixing my fan real quick. Because it gets very hot in here without the fan. And I'm going to use a super glue. I'll try using a super glue to do the job and see if it works or not. Actually, I'm just going to turn on the AC. I'll be back. Here's my hot dog. I got chips too. Ta-da! So the flavor I bought is called chili con carne. Someone told me that I smell like chili con carne, which is weird. How do you smell me? Chili con carne is tastes nice. Hot dog review. We're going to review this hot dog. Yeah, someone told me that I smell like this hot dog. Ta-dong! Hot dog! There's 2 of them. They offer buy one take one, so you buy one, you get the one for free. It's quite good. What's that? Take a bite, everyone. Say ah. On a scale of 1 to 10, probably 8 or 9. Around that, it tastes really good. Actually, I give it a 9. The only reason it's not a 10 because I feel like the hot dog's overcooked. The hot dog's kinda overcooked, but it's fine. Not much of a problem for me. Oh yeah, they also gave me free chips. Free chips. Ta-dang! Another hot dog. You guys like to eat the hot dog? Mr. President, a second hot dog has entered my mouth! After this, I'm gonna try out this potato chips. I've had this one before, but I've never had the sour cream flavor. Usually, I got the cheese flavor one. So I think this is the first time I'm trying out like the sour cream flavored potato chips for this. It's Farmer John. And it says it's premium. Look at this premium. They're premium. Sour cream is your favorite? I hope this won't let us down then. I hope we can like this. Need some water. You know, I also wanted to try making mukbang videos, but I don't really have a good microphone, and I'm not sure if I can eat so much like people in mukbang videos do, and I also don't have much money to buy all those food. Like, where do they get all the money from for those food in their mukbangs? Perhaps they were sponsored. You know, I think maybe they are sponsored. I think that I've seen like an offer from somewhere before, where you basically just make mukbang videos. It was my cousin who had that offer. She didn't go through with it though, but she got an offer to do mukbang videos, and they will provide everything. Basically, they're like an agency. Yeah, basically, once they become popular, they get it for free. So like, yeah, I'm guessing they get sponsored, or someone provides them with the food for free, which makes sense because like there was a time even that where mukbang got very super popular, that genre. So like, yeah, I could tell that it will generate a lot of income. Okay, these are the sour cream potato chips. Also, most of the mukbang foods are quite unhealthy. They're not unhealthy to eat in large amounts. I just feel concerned for like their health, you know? Anyways, here. These are premium potato chips. Premium! Premium! His name is Farmer John. Which reminds me, my family actually has land in some province. I'm thinking of becoming a farmer. And you know, you use that land for something and become a farmer. It'll be the Nemuri slow life, like one of those isekai anime slow life. Choo choo. Happy growing crops. I can grow my own food for mukbangs. Most of it will be like vegetables though. Vegetables, fruits. Harvest Moon. Oh, you know Harvest Moon? I know Harvest Moon because I watched a friend play it before, but I've never played it myself. Do you guys know Stardew Valley? I always wanted Stardew Valley, but I don't have money to buy it. Perhaps I'm waiting for a sale, but at the same time, I don't really want to spend much money right now. I'm still looking for a job. I'm still living on my savings at the moment. I'm worried that I might spend too much of my savings before I get a new job, which is not ideal. And maybe on top of farm, I'll also raise a pig farm, a piggery, and a chicken farm. Chickens! Unlimited chickens and eggs if you raise them. I'm gonna name it Nemuri's Happy Farm. Everyone will be happy. And they go inside my belly. There's no worry about me feeling bad for the animals I raise, like if they're livestock, like pigs, cows, and chicken, because in a way, mercy killing them and eating them is also a respect for their life. Respect their life by killing them with no pain, painless killing for the animals that are to be food. I remember, was it in Japan? I'm not sure if it's all Japan education system. I don't know if it's a part of their education system, but I heard of a story where they had like the school gave them a pig, a little piglet, and then they will name the pig and then raise the pig into a big pig. They will raise the pig throughout their school year. However, at the end of the school year, they never said anything to the students. They never said anything. They just assumed that it's now their pet, their class pet, and they are responsible for raising it. One day, almost at the end of school year, I think, they said that it's time to send the I forgot the name of the pig, but it's time to send it to the slaughterhouse. and then the whole class was shocked. Like, what? No! And then everyone was like, everyone was crying. Like they don't know anything about it. And then after that, they went to say goodbye to the pig while it was being sent to the slaughterhouse. Goodbye. It was so sad. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to laugh for it. And then after that, a few days later, the pig came back to them, but it's not the same anymore. It's chopped up. It became ham. It became food. And then they ate it. They all ate it. In a way, the pig continues, lives on inside their bellies. I think those meant to be an important lesson about life. I'm yapping a lot and not eating my chips. No, they're all accomplices. I actually had a similar experience before, but it was a chicken. I bought like a little chicken, a little chick, and I raised it to become a big chick, become a chicken, and my parents and neighbors find it quite annoying because it keeps shouting even though it's in the evening because of the lights, because we live in the city, right? So there will be a lot of lights in the city. Yeah, so the chicken that my chicken back then would keep on like screaming, tiklak, tiklak, kakadoodoo, something like that. Like even though it's in the evening, and people find it quite annoying. And then they finally decided to butcher the chicken. Butcher the chicken. And then I was crying. No, my chicken! I'm so sad! And then I ate it. I ate the chicken. It was yummy. It was delicious. I also had like a pet fish. You know, something, I had a pet fish, and then it died immediately because I didn't know that there are like seawater fish and freshwater fish. Some fish cannot live on freshwater, some fish cannot live on seawater. So my fish immediately died after filling the bowl with mineral water, like a drinking water from a bottle. It died like I got sad. Why it died? And then my parents explained to me about like freshwater and seawater fishes, blah blah blah, and you shouldn't give it, you shouldn't drown it in mineral water. in drinking water. No. How did they cook it? They roasted it. Roasted chicken is quite popular here in my country. Roasted pork, roasted chicken. There's also roasted cow. But the most popular is roasted pig. We call it lechon. There's lechon manok. Manok means chicken in our country, so lechon manok. Lechon baboy. Baboy means pig in our country, in our language. So lechon baboy is roasted pig, and lechon baka. Baka is cow in our language, so lechon baka is roasted cow. Roasted beef. Anyhow, in English, there's different names for the animal meat. Like for example, pig becomes pork, chicken becomes, I think, fowl, and then cow becomes beef. But in our language, we just call them the same as their animal names. You know, as time went on, I actually became a bit desensitized as a kid with my pets dying. I once had a lot of cats. My cats kept dying. And they sometimes die in such gruesome ways as well. There was a time, right in front of me, my poor little kitten got run over by a car. It was so sad. My parents covered my eyes and told me to go back to the house because it was just gruesome. I didn't even. It took a bit long for me to register what happened, but I saw a glimpse of what happened. If I were to describe it, I don't think it's safe to share it. I shouldn't share too much, but it was very sad. A bit traumatizing, yeah. But that was the first time I've seen a cat suffer that fate, because I've seen like several occasions where cats just for some reason come like that. I also see rats become flattened. Alright, let's change the topic. Let's say something nice, I guess. I once had a pet spider. Do you guys like spiders? I really like spiders. I think they're cool. I think they're cute. I just ate. Listen, I have a pet spider. It was a small spider though, not the tarantulas, but the small spiders. Back then this thing called sabong, which is like basically you pit two spiders against each other in a stick, was quite popular back then as kids. Whenever I get stark sheets. yeah. And I had a spider who was undefeated. It was so strong. Yeah, I was so proud of that spider. It was so nice. I remember that I always feed it. I always took care of that spider. And then in the end I released it to the wild along with some of my spiders. Some of my spiders I released it in my house ceilings so that it takes care of other bugs like flies, since there used to be some problem with dengue. What's dengue in English? Is dengue an English word? So there's a disease called mosquito disease called dengue. Viral. It's a viral infection. And it is spread by mosquitoes. So they kind of help with getting rid of those mosquitoes. Spider's probably a king somewhere. Other spiders are released to the wild, like in the forest, and I just hope they're doing okay. I really like spiders, man. You know, I kept watching spider videos when I was a kid. Also, yeah, spiders. That's what else? What pets do I still have? I also have like There's a time I kept watching like ant videos. It's from a channel called Ants Canada. It's very fun. I spent like almost the entire summer during my high school years watching ants videos. I think the reason why I stopped watching the ants videos because it was a very stupid reason. I used to be homophobic, and I found out that the guy behind the channel is gay, so I stopped watching. But now it's it's cool now. It's cool now. Gay people are cool. And I'm still subscribed to that channel and watch some of his videos. Caterpillars turn into butterflies? That's nice. You know, I'm always fascinated by that. You know, some worm, green worm, turns into something beautiful. But do you know that I heard that butterflies eat dead people? Eat the carcasses of dead animals. What about moths? Do you watch larvae turn into moths? I always thought the process of metamorphosis, I think that's what's yeah, that's what the process from turning into a caterpillar to a pupa to a butterfly is called. I always think that that process is really cool. Oh yeah, I remember there was a manga that I really liked. It was a gender bender manga, and it's called Kanojo ni Naruhi. There's a phenomenon called metamorphosis among human males, where they just suddenly get encapsulated into like a pupa, and then they turn into women. It's not the usual like weird. It doesn't really show much of the gender bender tropes commonly seen in manga, although it also shows some of it. But it shows a lot of like how society views those people, those men who turn to women, and their problems, what they face, their internal problems, how they come to terms with it, how they cope with it. It's a very interesting piece of work. Very nice. I really liked it. It's called Kanojo ni Naruhi. It's a romance manga, and it's very nice. I really liked it. It's one of my favorite manga. Yeah, metamorphosis. Come to think of it, Gregor Samsa. It's called Metamorphosis. The book is by Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka is quite cool, man. His books are very nice. Franz Kafka. I'm looking for the German name of it. I think it's a German name. Die Verwandlung. I don't know how to read German, never mind. Some of the chips fell. I read the book before. It's quite depressing. It's quite sad. How Gregor's life ended. It kind of makes me worry about me as well, you know, because we're the same in the sense where I am the breadwinner of my family, so my family relies on me for financial support and money. So if I ever lose my job, which is what happened now, or become disabled, unable to work anymore, I wonder how my family would treat me then, you know? Basically, at first, Gregor's family, especially his sister, tried to take care of him until they slowly see him as a nuisance. And when he died, their family didn't really feel sad. They feel liberated. They feel happy that, and try to move on and live happy lives after that. Very sad. Also reminds me of like old people, you know, like I feel bad for old people who have children and grandchildren who don't really care much about them anymore. They do have retirement homes. They do live in their retirement homes and no one really visits him. And when I heard a story where someone's grandfather died and all the family members all cared about the money, the inheritance money, and they were even complaining why the grandfather didn't buy a fourth mansion or something, a fourth pension or something. You're at your dad's company, but you're playing Limbus on your second monitor. That's really nice. You can do other stuff while working. That's quite. That makes me envious, since in here, most jobs would monitor you very closely. They would not tolerate like doing stuff that are not related to the job. Yeah, work from home. Maybe if you work from home, you can do that. Work from home is the best. Working from home is the best, but it's very difficult to land a job where you can work from home. At least for me. I don't even know why we're not allowed to work from home from my previous company, because most of our job is none of our job is like, I don't understand if we're working on banking applications or working on something similar like that, something very sensitive. But it's not really that. That's not really the case, you know. Anyway, I finished all the chips. I must say that I kind of like this better than the cheese. This is sour cream. It's really good. It's the chips are a bit thicker than the ones that are than other chips like Lay's or Calbee. It's a little bit thicker than them. So you can really feel it when you crunch the chips. And then the And it has just the right amount of sour cream. It's good. Probably given an 8 out of 10. Because I still prefer the thinner the thinner ones. Pre-skip. Pre-skip. Hello Rian, I just got the Rian Sang. Look. He looks so freaking cool, man. I love you, Rin. The pre-script says do a solo. Does it have a time limit? Can I do it next time? It's almost 3 AM. Time to level him up. Can I max him? I can't yet. Okay, next time I'm gonna try doing a solo next time. Haha. 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 Oh, yes, I must end the stream now. Been streaming for 3 hours. 3 hours and almost 30 minutes. So tomorrow I might continue. Tomorrow I'll continue the Pokemon stream. I'm going to continue Pokemon Platinum. I'm not sure if I'll be able to challenge the 4th gym by then, but we'll see what happens. Was it 7 or 8 gyms to go to the Pokemon League? Was it 7 or 8? 7? So yeah, tomorrow is a Pokemon stream. The pre-skip says to do your MD again. Right now? Nah, I'm not from the index. I don't have a pre-script. I don't have to follow you. That's all. Bye bye.